In the year 2147, humanity's survival hinges on rewriting history itself. When an alien armada descends from the stars, Earth's last hope lies not in weapons, but in time. A team of elite cosmonauts embarks on a desperate mission through temporal portals to stop the invasion before it begins. But as they unravel the threads of time, they uncover secrets that could destroy everything they're fighting for. What happens when changing the past becomes more dangerous than the enemy? Witness the ultimate battle across centuries in Time Warriors, The Invasion Paradox Dash. Subscribe now and journey into a future where time is both weapon and curse. The year was 2147, and Earth had reached its zenith of technological advancement. Humanity had colonized Mars, harnessed clean energy, and unlocked the mysteries of quantum mechanics. Yet, none of these achievements prepared them for what came next: a fleet of alien vessels descending upon their fragile blue planet, like vultures circling prey. These invaders, known only as the Vorthax, brought with them devastation on a scale never imagined. Entire cities were reduced to ash within hours, and the global military forces crumbled under the sheer might of extraterrestrial weaponry. It wasn't just war, it was annihilation. Amidst this chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged. Scientists at the Temporal Research Institute had been secretly developing a groundbreaking technology capable of manipulating time itself. They called it the chronogate, a device that could open portals to specific moments in history. Though experimental and fraught with risks, the chronogate represented humanity's only chance to undo the catastrophe unfolding before their eyes. The plan was audacious: send a team of highly trained cosmonauts back in time to intercept the Vorthax before they launched their attack. If successful, the invasion would be erased from existence, sparing billions of lives. But if they failed, or worse, altered something unintended, the consequences could ripple across all of reality. The chosen team consisted of 6 individuals, each selected for their unparalleled skills and resilience. Captain Elena Vega led the mission, her steely determination masking the weight of responsibility she carried. Beside her stood Lieutenant Marcus Kane, a tactical genius whose sharp mind had saved countless lives during previous conflicts. Dr. Priya Patel served as the team's scientist, tasked with monitoring the delicate mechanisms of the chronogate while navigating the unpredictable nature of time travel. Rounding out the group were engineer Alexei Volkov, whose expertise ensured the equipment functioned under even the most extreme conditions, medic Sofia Alvarez, who balanced compassion with pragmatism, and recon specialist Jackson Reed, whose instincts made him invaluable in hostile environments. Their destination was set: the year 2089, 2 decades prior to the first recorded contact with the Vorthax. Intelligence suggested that the aliens had begun infiltrating human society long before their official arrival, embedding agents to weaken Earth's defenses. By targeting key events during this critical period, the team hoped to disrupt the invaders' plans and prevent the full-scale assault. However, the stakes were impossibly high. Even minor changes to the timeline risked creating paradoxes or unforeseen disasters. As the chronogate hummed to life, casting eerie blue light across the chamber, the cosmonauts exchanged silent nods of resolve. There was no turning back now. Stepping through the portal felt like being torn apart atom by atom, only to be reassembled moments later in a completely different era. The sensation was disorienting, leaving the team gasping for air as they materialized in the middle of a dense forest. Towering trees surrounded them, their branches swaying gently in the breeze. For a brief moment, it almost seemed peaceful, until the sound of distant machinery shattered the illusion. Somewhere nearby, a hidden Vorthax outpost hummed with activity, its presence concealed beneath layers of advanced camouflage. This was their first objective: locate and neutralize the alien base before it could relay crucial data to the mothership. Dr. Patel activated her scanner, which pulsed softly as it analyzed the surrounding area. The readings confirmed their suspicions. Energy signatures consistent with Vorthax technology radiated from a clearing less than a kilometer away. Moving cautiously, the team navigated the terrain, their every step calculated to avoid detection. Each rustle of leaves and snap of twigs sent adrenaline coursing through their veins. Time travel had stripped them of any margin for error. One misstep could doom not only their mission but also the future they sought to protect. As they approached the target, the gravity of their task settled heavily on their shoulders. They weren't just soldiers, they were architects of destiny. The Vorthax outpost revealed itself as a sleek, metallic structure partially buried underground, blending seamlessly with its surroundings. Its design was unlike anything humanity had encountered, exuding an aura of cold efficiency. Invisible barriers shimmered faintly around the perimeter, hinting at sophisticated defense systems. Breaking through would require precision and ingenuity. Engineer Volkov took the lead, analyzing the barrier's frequency patterns while the others provided cover. He worked quickly, his fingers dancing over the holographic interface of his toolkit. Minutes stretched into eternity as sweat dripped down his brow, but finally, he cracked the code. The barrier flickered and vanished, granting access to the facility. Inside, the air was thick with tension. Alien symbols glowed ominously along the walls, pulsating in sync with the hum of machinery. Recon Specialist Reed scouted ahead, his movements fluid and silent as he mapped out potential threats. Meanwhile, Captain Vega coordinated the team's efforts, ensuring everyone stayed focused despite the surreal environment. Their goal was clear: sabotage the communication array responsible for transmitting intel to the Vorthax fleet. But as they delved deeper into the complex, they discovered something far more sinister: a chamber filled with pods containing humanoid figures suspended in stasis. Were these hybrids? Spies? Or something else entirely? The implications were chilling, forcing the team to question whether they truly understood the scope of the invasion. Sabotaging the communication array proved more challenging than anticipated. The Vorthax technology resisted conventional methods of interference, adapting to countermeasures almost instantaneously. Dr. Patel theorized that the system operated on a form of adaptive AI, learning from every attempt to disable it. Frustration mounted as the team struggled to find a solution. Time was slipping away, and failure loomed large. Then, inspiration struck. Using fragments of alien tech scavenged from earlier missions, Engineer Volkov devised a makeshift EMP device capable of overwhelming the system. It was risky. Overloading the array might trigger a catastrophic feedback loop, but it was their only option. As the device was deployed, alarms blared throughout the facility, alerting the Vorthax to their presence. The team braced for combat, knowing escape would be nearly impossible once engaged. Sure enough, the corridors soon teemed with alien drones, their mechanical limbs whirring menacingly as they closed in. Lieutenant Kane orchestrated a defensive strategy, directing fire to bottleneck the enemy while Medic Alvarez tended to injuries sustained in the chaos. Despite the odds, they held their ground, driven by the knowledge that retreat was not an option. Finally, with a deafening burst of energy, the EMP detonated, plunging the outpost into darkness. Silence followed, broken only by the ragged breathing of the victorious yet battered team. With the outpost neutralized, the team regrouped outside, their relief tempered by exhaustion. Success here was merely one step in a much larger battle. Before departing, they retrieved samples of alien tech and biological specimens from the stasis pods, hoping the data would aid future efforts against the Vorthax. Yet, as they prepared to activate the return portal, an unsettling realization dawned. The forest around them had changed subtly, but unmistakably. Trees appeared slightly taller, wildlife sounded different, and the sky bore unfamiliar cloud formations. Had their actions already begun to alter the timeline? Captain Vega ordered immediate departure, unwilling to linger and risk further complications. Stepping back through the chronogate, they emerged into a world that was wrong. The facility where they'd started their journey was gone, replaced by ruins overtaken by vegetation. Worse still, communications with command yielded no response. It seemed their tampering with the past had severed vital connections, leaving them stranded in a fractured version of their own time. Panic threatened to take hold, but Vega forced herself to remain calm. They needed answers, and fast. Exploring the remnants of their once thriving civilization, the team pieced together fragments of a grim new reality. Cities lay abandoned, their towering skyscrapers crumbling under the weight of neglect. Scattered records indicated that humanity had collapsed shortly after the supposed eradication of the Vorthax threat. Without the galvanizing force of an alien invasion, nations had turned inward, succumbing to internal strife and environmental collapse. The absence of unity left Earth vulnerable to other existential crises, accelerating its downfall. Ironically, the very act meant to save humanity had doomed it instead. Dr. Patel hypothesized that altering the timeline had created a butterfly effect, magnifying small decisions into monumental shifts. Perhaps the Vorthax invasion, horrific though it was, had inadvertently united humanity against a common enemy, fostering cooperation and innovation. Without that catalyst, progress stagnated and divisions deepened. The revelation weighed heavily on the team, forcing them to confront the ethical dilemmas of their mission. Had they played God without understanding the true cost? And if so, could they undo the damage, or was it too late? Determined to restore balance, the team resolved to investigate further. Their next objective was locating surviving pockets of human resistance, believing that allies might help decipher how to repair the timeline. Traveling across desolate landscapes, they encountered remnants of societies clinging to survival. Some viewed the cosmonauts with suspicion, wary of outsiders and strange attire wielding advanced tools. Others welcomed them eagerly, mistaking them for messianic figures sent to deliver salvation. Through careful diplomacy, Captain Vega forged tentative alliances, gathering intelligence about the state of the world. One such encounter led them to a hidden enclave protected by fortified walls. Here, they met a historian named Elias, who possessed extensive knowledge of pre-collapse Earth. His insights shed light on the intricate web of cause and effect governing human history. According to Elias, certain pivotal events acted as linchpins, influencing countless outcomes downstream. Disrupting even one of these events could destabilize entire epochs. This revelation gave the team pause, prompting them to reconsider their approach. Rather than blindly attempting to reverse their mistakes, they needed to identify the precise moment where divergence occurred and correct it with surgical precision. Elias accompanied the team on their quest, providing invaluable guidance as they navigated the labyrinth of temporal anomalies. Together, they identified a potential linchpin event, the signing of the Global Accord in 2092, a treaty that marked humanity's first steps toward interstellar exploration. In the original timeline, the Accord had laid the foundation for unprecedented collaboration, enabling rapid advancements in science and technology. However, in this altered reality, the Accord had failed due to political infighting, stalling progress and exacerbating societal fractures. To rectify this, the team planned to travel back to the days leading up to the Accord's ratification. Their aim was to ensure its success by eliminating saboteurs believed to have derailed negotiations. This required infiltrating high-security zones and navigating complex webs of influence, all while avoiding detection. The mission demanded finesse and patience, qualities tested repeatedly as unexpected obstacles arose. Yet, fueled by renewed purpose, the cosmonauts pressed forward, knowing the fate of humanity hung in the balance. Arriving in 2092, the team marveled at the stark contrast between this vibrant, bustling world and the desolation they had left behind. Skyscrapers gleamed under sunlight, streets buzzed with activity, and optimism permeated the air. For the first time since embarking on their journey, hope flickered anew. Their target was a shadowy organization covertly working to undermine the Accord, leveraging corruption and misinformation to sow discord among delegates. Uncovering their operations proved challenging as the group operated with ruthless efficiency and maintained tight security protocols. Lieutenant Kane devised a multi-pronged strategy to dismantle the conspiracy. Recon Specialist Reed gathered intelligence via discreet surveillance, documenting meetings and identifying key players. Meanwhile, Dr. Patel analyzed intercepted communications, decrypting codes to reveal hidden agendas. With this information, the team orchestrated a series of carefully timed interventions, exposing the saboteurs' machinations to public scrutiny. The resulting scandal forced many delegates to reconsider their opposition, paving the way for the Accord's eventual approval. As the Accord was signed amidst jubilation, the team allowed themselves a rare moment of celebration. Yet, their joy was short-lived. Returning to the present revealed another twist. While the Accord had succeeded, the Vorthax invasion remained intact. Somehow, the timeline had adapted, preserving the alien threat despite their best efforts. Confusion and frustration gripped the team as they grappled with this paradox. How could they win battles yet lose the war? Further analysis suggested that the Vorthax themselves might possess temporal capabilities, countering humanity's attempts to rewrite history. This possibility raised daunting questions. Were they locked in a perpetual struggle, destined to fight the same battle over and over? Or did a deeper truth lie hidden, waiting to be uncovered? Determined to break the cycle, the cosmonauts vowed to delve deeper into the enigma of time, seeking answers beyond conventional understanding. Their investigation led them to an ancient artifact buried beneath the sands of Egypt. Radiocarbon dating placed its creation millennia ago, yet its design mirrored aspects of modern technology. Stranger still, inscriptions hinted at interactions with beings from beyond the stars. Could this relic hold clues to mastering time manipulation without triggering unintended consequences? To unlock its secrets, the team enlisted the help of archaeologists and linguists, pooling expertise to decode its mysteries. Deciphering the artifact proved arduous, requiring painstaking effort and frequent breakthroughs followed by setbacks. Slowly, however, patterns emerged. The inscription spoke of harmony, not domination, as the key to wielding temporal power. Balance, not brute force, governed the flow of time. Inspired by this revelation, Dr. Patel proposed recalibrating the chronogate to operate in tandem with natural temporal currents rather than disrupting them. Implementing this theory required extensive modifications, pushing the limits of their resources and resolve. With the chronogate reconfigured, the team embarked on their final mission. This time, their destination was not a specific event, but a nexus point, a convergence of timelines where multiple realities intersected. Navigating such a volatile zone was perilous, akin to stepping onto thin ice above a churning abyss. Every decision carried immense weight, potentially rippling outward to reshape existence itself. Guided by the principles gleaned from the artifact, they moved cautiously, striving to harmonize conflicting strands of causality. At the heart of the nexus, they encountered a being of pure energy, seemingly aware of their presence. Whether guardian or manifestation of time itself, it communicated through visions rather than words, conveying truths too profound for language. From these revelations, the team realized that true victory lay not in erasing the vortex but in finding coexistence. By integrating alien perspectives into humanity's collective consciousness, they could forge a shared future stronger than either species alone. The integration process was neither swift nor simple. Bridging cultural divides required trust, empathy, and mutual respect, qualities often lacking in adversarial contexts. Yet, armed with newfound insight, the cosmonauts facilitated dialogue between human leaders and vortex representatives. Misunderstandings persisted, but incremental progress gradually built bridges. Over time, joint initiatives emerged, addressing shared challenges like resource scarcity and environmental degradation. Cooperation replaced conflict, transforming erstwhile enemies into partners. Simultaneously, the team worked to stabilize the timeline, anchoring it firmly to prevent further disruptions. The chronogate became a tool for preservation rather than alteration, ensuring that lessons learned endured across generations. Though scars remained, healing began, offering a glimpse of what might be achieved when disparate entities unite toward a common goal. As peace took root, the cosmonauts reflected on their journey. Once ordinary individuals thrust into extraordinary circumstances, they had grown into architects of destiny, shaping the course of history through courage and sacrifice. Their story served as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the boundless potential of collaboration. Though challenges undoubtedly lay ahead, they faced the future with optimism, knowing they had planted seeds of hope in fertile soil. For those who hear this tale, let it inspire you to embrace change, seek understanding, and strive for unity. Our destinies are intertwined, woven together by threads of choice and chance. Together, we can overcome even the greatest adversities. Thank you for joining us on this incredible odyssey through time and space. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to our channel for more thrilling adventures exploring the frontiers of imagination.